the more you can focus on yourself and ask yourself those important questions. How do I grow from this? How do I travel along this change? How do I shift? What do I need to do in order to make this a beneficiary in my life?
What is up, everybody? Welcome to Weliftbig. I am your host, Bria Gabor, personal trainer, video podcast personality, and award-winning performer. My mission is to educate, entertain, and enact a stronger, happier you. Because when we put in the work to achieve habits for lifelong health and self-love, we open ourselves to the amazing opportunities that come with a life well lived. New content coming out weekly, so I need you to get up, fasten your shoes, and lift big.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Monday Motivation. How are y'all doing? So I want to motivate you this week with talking about transitions and how to let them in. Last week, I actually was having a lot of conversations with friends, family, clients about just feeling like there's some sort of massive shift going on. I don't know what it is. I don't know if the stars are aligning or they're disaligning or what kind of crazy shifts in the universe are taking place, but I feel it. I feel like there's something changing. There's just a subtle shift. I wanted to talk about how to let transitions into your life because, let's be honest, transitions are scary. They're terrifying. But why? Why are we afraid when things shift in our life? So before we dive into this, I just want to give Google's definition of transitions, which is a process or period of changing from one state to another. I'll say that one more time. Is the process or period of changing from one state into another. And so many times when we experience something like this, we are afraid. And I want to ask why. What is changing that is a step out of your usual? I am reading another beautiful book, you guys, called The Art of Beautiful Questions. And so, in order to let transition into our lives and let it come into our life in a way that is going to purely help us grow, I now more than ever believe in the art of breaking things down into questions. So that's what we're going to do right now. And so, as I said, we are afraid of change naturally. Transitions are scary. Why are they scary? I want you to ask yourself, what is this thing changing that is a step out of your usual? What is it demanding of you? And so when things shift in our life, oftentimes we are forced to shift in ways that may challenge agreements or the ways that we perceive the world or perceive others. And oftentimes it also asks us to do something that is not within our comfort zones. And so acting in ways that we would not normally act, say things that we may not normally say, and that's not a bad thing. It's just different. It's different from the usual. And so what is this transition demanding of you? What agreements is this transition challenging? And the most important question, what are you going to do to let this transition in? What are you going to do to let this change in? Because it will not stop. It will not listen when you try to resist. It'll come into your life whether you like it or not. So you need to be as ready as you can. That could not be further from the truth, guys. Things in life are going to happen whether we like it or not. And our actions are going to bring things into our life, whether we like it or not, whether we had the best intentions or the worst intentions. We need to make sure that we're ready. How are we going to allow this wave, this ripple, this side swipe in our life to affect us? And so once you've asked yourself those questions and you've taken the time to write them down and really think about them, I want you to remember these things. Let go of how you think it'll turn out. Let go of your expectations, because they seldom turn out the way that we think they will, or that the way we think they should. Letting go of your expectations of how something will turn out and just being open to the possibilities is the best way to not be disappointed when things get crazy. Number 2, trust you have what it takes. As I was talking about last week, our bodies are made for worst case scenario. We are built to handle the worst case scenario. Trust that you can overcome whatever this transition is. And that goes along with being okay that you don't know what's going to happen or how exactly it's going to shape your life. Know that whatever is going to happen, that you can handle it. You need to believe that. And number 3, which in my mind feels the most important just for myself right now, is to shut out everyone else's opinions about the shift in your life unless it is there to serve you. Everyone's going to have a thought about this transition in your life. Everyone wants an opinion. The more you're able to shut out what everyone else thinks, the more you can focus on yourself and ask yourself those important questions. How do I grow from this? How do I travel along this change? How do I shift? What do I need to do in order to make this a beneficiary in my life? And the more we let other people's opinions of how we should act come into our life, the harder it is to make that shift ourselves. They do not know this change in your life like you do, because you are the one going through this change. They are not. You are the one making these decisions, and they are not. And so unless it is serving you, let them go. Shut out the negativity, because this change from one state to another is for you. It is simply for you. And when we trust ourselves, when we look for the growth in these changes, that is how you let them in. Asking the right questions. How do I grow from this? What is this forcing me to shift? And then allowing it into your life and letting it mold you in such a way in which it makes you better. Thank you guys so much for listening today. I hope that you have an amazing week. I love you so much, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.